Our local ponds are a place that most of us already visit regularly, or at least pass by on a semi-regular basis. But how deeply do we really pay attention to the events unfolding there, especially if they're animals that we're already rather used to seeing?
Of course, some wild animals we're well aware of. We might even feed them from time to time. And some, such as these, are even occasionally a nuisance. This one for stealing fish from your backyard pond. A common enough sight across the United Kingdom, they frequent the local ponds and streams, and have even been known to sneak into backyards to steal fish from ornamental ponds. They have a varied diet, primarily fish, but being opportunistic hunters, they'll eat a variety of food depending on what they can find, including small amphibians, small rodents, and even baby birds, like little ducklings. One of the easiest places to see them in action are in local ponds, hunting in the shallows, as this one is doing. They hunt by gently wading into the shallows. Then once spotting a fish, they freeze, still as stone, before gently leaning forward to cock their necks and striking. This young heron is still yet to master the exact art, but maybe this time. Missed again. As with all fishing birds, the young heron will have to learn to account for light refraction when striking for fish, which simply comes with practice and a lot of trial and error. Got it. After some practice, herons are remarkably accurate fishermen, able to repeatedly strike and catch incredibly well camouflaged fish, no larger than your little finger. One of their most common prey among inner city ponds are sticklebacks, named for the spines running down their back. They must be swallowed head first so the spines don't get stuck or irritate the throat, which doesn't always work. Or perhaps it's not a particularly tasty meal. Unfortunately, the unpleasantness doesn't end with swallowing. Not all of the fish is able to be digested, like bones and scales, so like an owl, the heron has to cough up the indigestible components as a wet pellet. Not an especially fresh way to start the morning. Many hunting birds, like these fishing herons, have incredible stabilizing abilities to assist them with catching their prey. While wading through the uneven underwater terrain, they can keep their head locked within three-dimensional space. They've evolved this way so that their eyes don't need to adjust with movement and can focus solely on locking onto their target. A combination of a large number of muscles and vertebrae in their neck and a highly sensitive vestibular system in their inner ear helps keep their heads perfectly balanced and motionless. Outside of the breeding season, herons are mostly solitary birds and prefer to feed alone. In small locks like this, where food is concentrated, however, several may be seen feeding within the local vicinity, and they can be fiercely territorial. This heron is forced to defend its patch. Both are fighting for the upper hand and are trying to pin the other one down in the water. This battle was over quickly, and the loser escapes without any serious injury, but is banished to the poorer fishing grounds across the pond, lucky to still be alive. Though the herons have been able to carve out a living on the small fish and animals within the local locks, it's not without its challenges. Challenges made worse by humans and our rubbish. The glistening cap of a can, or a scrap of reflective food wrapping, can easily be mistaken for a fish in the water, and birds are increasingly becoming the victims of our negligence.
We need to make sure to enjoy these local spots and the wildlife without leaving anything behind, to make sure that we give these animals the cleanest possible environment and the best chance of surviving in these urban habitats.